Hello and welcome to this lesson. In today's lesson, we'll be talking about the functions of nouns. But first, let's remind ourselves of what a noun is. A noun is a word used to name a person, a place, an animal, a thing, or an idea. Nouns help us identify people, objects, places, and feelings in sentences. Now let's take some examples of nouns. Noun as a person, so you have teacher, Mary, doctor. All of these are nouns. Place as a noun, you have school, Nigeria, market. All of these are nouns. Animal as noun, you have goat, lion, dog. All of these are nouns. Thing as a noun, you have table, book, phone. Idea as a noun, you have love, peace, honesty. All of these are examples of nouns. So now let us talk about the different functions of nouns in a sentence. Function number 1. A noun is used as subject in a sentence. What this means is that it performs the action in a sentence. Let's take some examples. Example A, David kicked the ball. In this example, David is a noun and functions as the subject, being the one that performs the action kicked. The second sentence, peace brings unity. Peace here is a noun and functions as the subject in the sentence. Function number 2, it is used as a direct object of a verb. What does that mean? It means that it receives the action of the verb. The verb, in this case, is usually a transitive verb that passes an action to the direct object. Let's look at some examples. The girl washed the plates. The noun here is place, and it receives the action washed. Sentence 2. We visited Abuja during the holiday. The noun here receiving the action is Abuja. Function number 3. It is used as the indirect object of a verb. This means that the noun in question is going to receive something, direct object. Let's look at examples. Mother gave James some money. Mother here performs the action. Gave is the action performed. James is the indirect object because it receives the money. The money receives the action because that was what was given, while James receives the direct object. In that case, it is the indirect object. The second sentence, the teacher taught students English. Here, what the teacher taught is the direct object. Therefore, students is the indirect object that receives the direct object, which is English. Function number 4, it is used as the object of a preposition. This means that the noun is going to come after a preposition. Let's take some examples. The keys are under the chair. What is the noun here that is the object of a preposition? Chair. Because it is coming after under. Under is a preposition. The second example, we walk through the forest. What is the noun as object of preposition here? Forest. Because forest is coming after the preposition through. Let's take function number 5. It is used as an adjective. That is to say that even though it is a noun, it is going to describe another noun in a sentence. Let's take some examples of a noun performing the role of an adjective in a sentence. The first example, He bought a school uniform. Now you have two nouns here, school and uniform. So which one modifies which? School modifies uniform. So what kind of uniform was bought? School uniform. Example 2. We entered a coffee shop. What kind of shop did we enter? Coffee shop. So coffee here is describing shop, which is to say it is playing the role of an adjective in the sentence. Function number 6. It is used as a subject complement. This means that it renames or describes the subject, and in that case it comes after a linking verb. For example, Mr. Musa is a doctor. Doctor here is a noun describing Musa. Hence, it is playing the role of an adjective by describing the subject. And so we say it is subject complement. Example 2, Amina became the captain. Captain here is a noun describing Amina, hence playing the role of an adjective since it describes the subject. And so we say it is subject complement. Function number 7. It is used as an object complement. This means that it renames or describes the object, but note that in this case it is not going to come after a linking verb. Rather, it is going to be placed immediately after the object that it describes. For example, the class elected Musa president. President here describes Musa, which is the which is the object. And so we say president is an object complement. Example 2, they named the baby Daniel. Here, Daniel describes the baby. It renames the baby. And the baby is the object. Hence, Daniel is object complement in as much as it describes the baby. Function number 8. It is used in apposition. This means that it is placed beside another noun to explain it better. And in this case, there are always comma in both sides of the noun. For example, my friend Kevin is a pilot. Here, Kevin comes after friend. Both are nouns, but Kevin is placed beside friend. Why? To explain it better. Example 2 here says Lagos, the largest city in Nigeria, is very busy. Here, city is an apposition because it is placed beside Lagos to explain it better. Function number 9. It is used to show possession. In this case, we can say that it is a possessive noun. And since it is used to show possession, it is going to have apostrophe followed by an S to show that the noun that is going to come after it belongs to it. For instance, Sarah's bag is new. Here, Sarah is the noun that is followed by an apostrophe and an S, showing that Sarah owns the bag. Example 2. The teacher's car was stolen. The teacher here is followed by an apostrophe and an S to show that the teacher owns the car. Function number 10. It is used in direct address. This means that we use it to address someone directly. For example, Father, please listen to me. Father here addresses someone, and we say it is a direct address since that name is addressed to someone directly. Look at the second example. Can you help me, officer? Officer here addresses someone directly, and as such, you can see that the role is a direct address. This marks the end of this class. See you in our next class.